But no, really, he was kind of a bad actor. He was a bad choice for Batman. You know, he's got the growly voice. He was never a good Batman. He was never a good Batman. Michael Keaton, there was a Batman. But Christian Bale, he's got the stupid mask that with the looks like his nose goes right over his mouth and his big chin, and he's always has his mouth open. Have you ever noticed he always has his mouth open when he's Batman? He's got his tongue that's hanging out there. Like, what is that? Is that Batman? Batman doesn't do that. Why does Batman do that? No, this is not a Batman. He's not a good Batman. No, he's always leaving his mouth Hathaway, open. She's okay Catwoman. Not a bad Catwoman. She's a good Catwoman. Not a bad Catwoman. Not a great Catwoman. She doesn't have the presence of, say, Eartha Kitt or Michelle Pfeiffer. But, you know, she's good. You know, she's a sexy Catwoman. Got the heels thing going. They're knife heels. They're like literal stilettos. What exactly was Bane's plan? Because I'm having trouble wrapping my head around it. So they take the nuclear core out of the device, which was conveniently built right under Gotham City for some reason instead of a secure research facility off in the tundra, and in 5 months it'll explode, and he knows it'll do this. So why doesn't he just make it explode? What is the point of this whole fake revolution thing where he takes over Gotham and instills this new ideology? Why doesn't he just blow up the bomb? That's all he's doing. Why does he want to destroy Gotham City? As near as I can tell, it's only because that was the last thing that Ra's al Ghul wanted to do before he died, and they want to win one for the Gipper. The Gipper in this case being Ra's al Ghul, even though when Ra's al Ghul was trying to destroy the city, it was because it was a crap hole, and in this case, it's actually an okay city. You know, they've crawled out of their gutter and made themselves a fairly respectable town. It's a nice place to live, a pretty mundane city. Doesn't need super characters, but no, Bane and Talia al Ghul feel like they have to destroy Gotham and die in the act of doing so. All because Ra's al Ghul died there. So that's the worst prison on Earth, huh? That's the worst place on Earth that Bane takes Bruce to after he almost cripples him. Okay, yeah, it's a terrible place. All the sunshine and the facilities and the TV set. People there seem to keep themselves relatively clean. They keep themselves. Talk to me about the worst place on Earth. I'd imagine some kind of cave covered with people have to live in total darkness. They degenerate into cannibalistic rat creatures. But no, actually, it's a pretty nice place. It's got a bed. Bruce, conveniently enough, gets put in the cell right between the guy who can speak English and the doctor. Surprise, surprise! It turns out Batman can climb a wall. Okay, but here's the thing with the wall. This great big well that the prisoners they pass their time by seeing who can climb. There's just one part where you have to jump from one ledge to another. Really tricky thing. Most of them can get up to that point, but no. Okay, let me ask you this. They have rope. Couldn't they fashion some kind of hook mechanism? Or barring that, just drag a 2x4 up there, lay it across the gap, and crawl across it? It just seems like there should be ways to solve the gap problem. It does not seem like an inescapable prison. Get one of those. They're strong guys. They can manage something. Just crawl up there with a big slab of wood tied to your back, lay it from one outcropping over to the other, and crawl across. It's the easiest thing in the world. I'm not the world's greatest detective. Goes up there, the bats fly out at just the right moment to make it all dramatic and stuff for Batman rising. Meanwhile, in the city, Bane has taken over. He set up kangaroo courts. Jim Gordon and his police officer allies who've been leading an underground resistance movement get captured and subjected to a drumhead trial by Jonathan Crane, alias the Scarecrow, and forced to walk out on the ice in the middle of the night. Meanwhile, all the other police in the city are trapped in the subways. I don't know why Bane doesn't just kill all the other cops while they're down there. I guess he was saving them just, for a rainy day. And meanwhile, Jim Gordon, there are all these thugs standing behind them, and Batman shoots them all with tranquilizer darts. Did you know Batman had tranquilizer darts? Yeah, he has tranquilizer darts that can take anyone out in a matter of seconds. Why didn't he shoot Bane with the tranquilizer dart? No, he's throwing everything else in his utility belt at him. He's throwing the smoke bombs at him. He's throwing the electric light turner-offer thing. Bang! There's the tranquilizer dart and the fight's done. Batman's really more of a brawler. He only ever really punches people. And I've read on Wikipedia this was explained as being due to Bruce's advanced age. Here's the thing, though. Bane was not the child who escaped. Bane was the person who looked after that child, which means that he was already a grown man back in the day. All of that had to happen at least 20 years. So Bane has got to be pushing 50. Maybe 40 if you want to be really generous. So how is he so much tougher than Batman? Because age is an issue in this movie. They make a big deal about Alfred observes how Bane is faster and stronger than him. But why? He's older than him. Dude's well past his prime, isn't he? Right? Oh my God! With a tranquilizer dart. The first time they met, they were on a walkway. There's one right from the other. Or maybe when they were fighting in the darkness in another one of those scenes that's an homage to The Dark Knight Returns. Seminal all the lights are turned off and Bane's walking. Tranquilizer dart. He wins the fight. Surprise! Seriously, why doesn't anyone just shoot Bane? Well, that's exactly what Catwoman does. That's why she's the smart one. Batman manages to get a hold of the bomb, which hasn't exploded yet, the nuclear core. Bane knew that it was going to explode. See, when he took it out, it was an inevitability that it would explode 5 months from now. This is like the Team America Kim Jong-il presses the button and it's 5 more minutes before the bombs explode. Get played totally straight. Yes, a ticking clock. I could blow the bomb up, but that wouldn't be. I half expected Batman to be running around the city carrying the bomb. Oh jeez, there's a Salvation Army band. Oh, there's some ducks in the water. Some days there's just no way to get rid of a bomb. But no, he flies it out over the water. It explodes. He dies a hero, or does he? Well, we really thought he did. I mean, we thought we saw him in the cockpit at up to the last second with his mouth hanging open like the. Man, and then they got a statue. I cried. Yeah, I cried. So I guess Jim Gordon isn't going to be arrested or anything. It was a good movie, though. I really enjoyed it. Solid movie. I miss Heath Ledger. Would have been a very different movie if he'd been around, but good movie. Yep.